hands and knees. And we're just going to take a nice easy warm up. So make sure your hands are stacked under your shoulders, your knees are stacked underneath your hips, and you're just going to rock backwards and forwards, just warming up through the hips, through the wrists, and just getting you used to tuning into your body in a different way. If you are new to stretching, to strength training, this is going to help you just to really tune in, and I promise you it will make a huge difference to your running, okay? Just take another 3, 2, and 1 more. Take your left leg behind you, tuck your left toes under and draw into your left heel, okay? So we're stretching out through the calves. So often these get really tight when you are running. We want to make sure we're staying nice and flexible through this area. Just push down for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring your left knee in, switch back over, right leg goes long, tuck the right toes, push into that right heel. For 3, 2, and 1. Return that right knee. We're going to take a couple of cat-cow. Make sure the movement comes from the pelvis, from the hips, rather than just move it cranking through the spine, okay? So slowly tucking the pelvis under, chin comes to chest. Hold for 2, and then unravel, head comes up to the sky, tilting the pelvis. We're going to take a few more reps here. Okay, just take 1 more. Okay, so option to any point in the in this session, you are very welcome just to plonk yourself into a bit of a hip stretch or child's pose, whatever you want to call it. So this is kind of a bit of a recovery position. If there is anything that feels too advanced for you, please do just pop yourself into that position until we move on. So I would tuck your back toes up, and you are going to ground down, so push it into all 10 fingers and think of squeezing the triceps, the back of your arms together as you push up and get a bit of a calf stretch here, okay? So this might feel really, really, really strong for you, and you might not be able to get the legs straight. Just take it where you are at now, okay? And just slowly pedal the heels to the floor, okay? 1 at a time, bend the knee, push the heel to the floor. We're going to go for 10. 9, keep it going. 8, keep pedaling out. 7, 6, keep pushing into the floor, really, really pushing the floor away from you. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay, bring yourself forwards into a plank position like so. Bring your left leg around to your left hand, okay? So if you need to, you can just kind of drag that left foot round. And to start off with, if you can stay in this position, just rock backwards and forwards into that stretch. Rocking backwards and forwards, opening up through the hips. For 3, for 2, and 1. Drop your right knee, your back knee down, untuck the toes, and we're just going to start off in this lizard stretch, this hip stretch. Really think of bringing your chest up towards the sky, and just take a rock side to side, okay? Opening up from the hips. This is all about really opening up glutes, hips, chest up to the sky. Nice tall posture. For 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep yourself on this side. Just scooch that left foot, heel toe in towards the center of the mat. So it's directly in front of you, and you are going to shift that weight backwards. So we've got a straight leg out in front, and all I want you to think of is keep this left foot nice and active. So that left toe is coming towards you, and that's going to really help to intensify that stretch if it isn't already intense enough through the calf, okay? In this position here, but we're going to keep this dynamic. So we're going to go from this position here, shift forwards, stretching out through that other right side hip, and then come back, stretching out through that calf, okay? We're going to go for 5. Every time, just try and sit a little bit lower into the stretch. For 4, for 3, every time, that's it, just folding the forwards into the hips. See if you can tiptoe those fingertips a little bit further forwards. For 2, and last 1. We're going to hold here. Keep the hands kind of level with just below the knee, and just start to really fold forwards. If you want, you can undulate, so you can come up to the fingertips, then you can come forwards a little bit lower, so you can bring the hands flat. And just take another 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just rock forwards into that hip stretch. Keep yourself on this side, left foot is still forwards. Bring yourself into a half kneeling, so we're basically shifting that weight backwards. And all I want you to do is just interlace both fingers, pop both hands on your knee. Make sure we're engaged through our right glute, or basically our right buttock, so squeeze your right bum cheek. And just slowly slide forwards into a bit of a stretch through that hip, okay? We don't want to be cranking through the lower back, okay? So rock, nice, gentle stretch of the front of our hips. Okay, and you're just going to relax here, nice and easy. And you're just going to put both hands on the inside of that left foot, untuck the back right toe, bring yourself up into a full position now, and we're going to take a twist up towards the sky. Now, option 2 modifier, you can drop that back knee back to where it was. Keep this stretch relevant to you, and we're going to take your left hand and you're just going to sweep it up towards the sky, okay? Return back down. Again, this is what your modified option would look like. We're just in that regressed or modified position, but keep it relevant to you. Even if you can do this normally, but you're finding you're a little bit tired today, take that easier variation, okay? It's relevant to how you're feeling on each day. So for 2, return, and just go 1 more. Perfect, okay. Bring your left leg back round so it meets your right knee. Just push back, bum to heels, stretching out through the shoulders. Just taking a little wiggle here, side to side. And just return back into that full plank position. Okay, so we're going to switch sides. Right leg comes around to meet your right hand. Drop that back knee and untuck the back toe. Start off with the nice tall stretch. Chest is up to the sky. And we're just going to go for that rocking backwards and forwards. So just bring the back knee up again for me, and just rock backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards for 3, for 2, and 1. Drop that back knee and just go a little side to side. Kind of do whatever feels good for you here. If you want to stay static, that's fine too, okay? This is your workout. This is your stretch. Just try and check in the body, see how you feel today. For 3, 2, and 1. Okay, heel toe that right foot in towards the middle of the mat. Frame your legs, so hands either side on the fingertips. Use some pillows, cushions, or a block if you need to. And we're just going to undulate in between 2 stretches, okay? So keeping this dynamic. So we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, hold for 5. You might find one side feels quite a bit stronger, a bit tighter than the other. For 3, stick with it though. 2, and 1. Slowly come out of that stretch. Heel toe that right foot back to the outside of the mat. Bring both hands inside the right foot. Either keep the back knee down or tuck the back toes and lift the back knee up. Let's take it into 3 stretches here, up here, the twist. If you need to, if you, like me, are too close to the wall on the other side, you can just bend the elbow to come up, whichever way works for you. Last one, and bring it back down. Perfect, okay, so return that right knee back to the left, and we're going to just push back one more time into this stretch here, this hip stretch. Just drop the head down, rest the forehead to the mat. And just tuck the toes one more time, grounding down all 10 fingers and pushing back up into the calf stretch. And just pedal out through the heels, or you can keep it static. You can take your feet about hip width or kind of width of the mat, and just keep it there static whilst we are stretching out through the calves for 3. Keep it there for 2. And 1. Okay, really nice. Bring yourself down onto your knees. And I just want you to sit back. If you want, again, if this is really uncomfortable in your quads and the front of your thighs, you can pop some cushions or a block underneath your bum, just so you're a little bit elevated, okay? And then over time, you should then start to go and sit a little bit deeper, onto your bum, okay? So we're going to start to really stretch out through the body. So often we just think about this lower body when we are when we're running, but actually our upper torso has a huge impact on our running form, okay? So we want to make sure we have a little bit of mobility through our spine, okay, so we can rotate, and that we're not super rigid through our shoulders. So I want to interlace the fingers. You're just going to reach forward, drop your chin to chest, and just hold this stretch, really rounding through the back, really getting a stretch through the back of the neck. And slowly relax out of that stretch. Interlace the fingers behind your back now, and this is quite a strong one for the shoulders and through the chest. Try and look up, keep your neck relatively neutral in a straight line, really opening up through the front of your body, squeezing the shoulder blades together like you've got an orange between your shoulder blades, and just try and relax for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Give the arms a little bit of a shake out. I just want you to stretch out through the side of the body now. So take your right fingertips to the right hand side of your body, and you're just going to sweep that left arm up and over to the right side, stretching out through this right side of your body. You can take a few pulses here or keep it static, whichever feels good for you, for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just bring it over to the other side now. Scooch around on your mat if you need to. Left arm down, right arm is coming over the side of the body. Open up through that right side body. And relax it there, okay? So bring yourself onto a top plank position. You are going to take it into a glute stretch now. So option 2, tell you what, I'm going to give you a couple of options because this is quite a strong stretch, and if you are new to stretching, this can be quite tough. So a couple of options here. We're going to take it into stretching out here, your bum muscles, your glutes. So you can pop yourself onto your back like so, okay, where you take one leg over the other. So you're in this stretch here, into a glute stretch, working through the glutes, and just literally relaxing your head and shoulders back, lightly push into the right knee, whichever side you're doing, and you should feel that stretch through the right hand side or whichever side you are stretching, okay? So this is the modified option. If that feels absolutely fine and you want to take a bit of a deeper stretch, you can come down with me into what's called a pigeon stretch. So bring yourself into a top plank position, take your right foot over to the left side, and you're going to drop that knee. Make sure when you are doing this that your right knee is in line with your right foot, so you're all in a nice straight line. Back leg goes long, and to start with, I want you to think of keeping your posture nice and tall, crown to the the crown of your head to the sky, and keeping yourself nice and strong in this position. If you can, bring yourself forwards, but this is quite a strong stretch. So if you feel that this is way too much for you, take it into the lying glute stretch. We're going to stay here for around about 20 to 30 seconds, trying to find a little bit of a deeper stretch as we go, okay? Keep it there. Last 5. And slowly ease yourself out of whichever variation you are taking. Bring yourself back into that top plank position if you're going for the harder variation. So I say harder, the more advanced variation, because ease of exercise is very relevant to each person, okay? So please never be disheartened by what you're seeing on a screen. It is your journey, okay? So take it over to the left side or the side that you haven't done, and you might find, you can very much see that for me, my left side is much tighter and an area that I'm constantly working on. So make sure you are nice and tall in that posture, that we're not compromising the form, and then slowly ease forwards into that deep stretch if you can. Last two. Nice deep breaths. Just try and relax off into stretch. And relax there. Slowly bring yourself round onto your bottom so you are in a seated position. Nice long legs in front. Keep your legs active by your toes coming towards you. So you can see we're not relaxed like this. We want to make sure the legs are nice and active and working throughout the stretch. Okay, what I want you to do is place the hands in line with your knees, framing both legs, and you're just going to tiptoe them forwards as far as you can go, and then tiptoe them back, okay? Think of nice tall posture, we're folding from the hips, not just rounding the spine. So tiptoe forwards, hold, and tiptoe back. Keep it going, we're going to go for 3. Keep it there for 2. And last one, tiptoe forwards. Hold wherever you are, doesn't matter if you're up here, that is fine. Hold for 3, keep breathing. For 2. Last big deep breath for 1. And relax it there. Give the legs a shake off. I just want you to scooch yourself round so your knees underneath you, and we're going to come back for the last stretch in that half kneeling position, okay? So ankles, an area that get neglected. We want to make sure we're nice and active, nice and mobile through our ankles. It's going to help you with that movement when you're running, okay? So make sure your back knee and your front heel aren't too far. We're not stretching the hips, we're stretching the front ankle, okay? So bring that right foot round, whichever side you started on. Pop both hands on top of your right knee, and we're just going to undulate forwards, okay? So when you can see when I'm coming forwards, I've got quite good range of motion through my ankles. So my knee is going well over my ankle, but my right ankle, my right heel is not coming off the floor. We don't want to have this, okay? We are stretching through the ankle. So come back and then come forwards. Only go as far as you can. Mild discomfort, not agony, and keep the heel planted, okay? So we're going for 5, 4, 3, keep it there for 2, and last 1. Scooching forward, stretching out through that calf, through the ankle. Okay, and switch it over to that left hand side, or the side you have not done. Make sure that gap is not too big, and come forwards again. Make sure that left heel is planted. We are not peeling off the floor. For 4, 3, keep it there. For 2, and last 1. Perfect. Okay, return yourself back. Bring yourself onto your knees one more time, toes together, knees go wide, and we're just going to stay here just for 5 deep breaths. Really want you to focus on trying to draw your bum back towards your heels, and just be aware of where you're at the moment. If you need to, you can pop a cushion behind your bottom, but you'll find as you repeat these stretches, you will be able to take it a little bit deeper into that stretch, okay? So hold here for 5,